Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy. And I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you and you're watching the replay on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. If you haven't already, hit the bell to get all notifications for my videos. I am really working toward raising my subscribers so that I can get back to my monthlies and to be able to do the monthlies live on there. So help me out if you haven't subscribed yet over there. If you're watching on my Facebook, make sure you swing over there and get yourself subscribed. Sometimes I share some different things over there than I share here on Facebook as well. So welcome guys. We're going to talk about this week's energy. Last week we were kind of fresh off of that Mercury retrograde energy. We were maybe feeling a little bit more energized. I do feel like that settled a little bit. I felt a little push, a little energy more last week in terms of feeling like I had a little bit more drive and motivation and things like that. But so I feel like that's kind of settled a little bit. I always feel like when we're off of the Mercury retrograde, the energy isn't so slow anymore, so we feel a lot more energized, but still feel energized, not like how we feel so tired and so slow and like things are moving so slowly like they do during retrograde. But anyway, so we have now entered into Scorpio season. And for me, Scorpio season, I always think about, when I think about Scorpio energy, I think about transformation, right? And that's so what I'm feeling happening for myself. So what I'm seeing happening for the people that I do coaching work with is like this beautiful transformation that really started through all of these retrogrades that we've been going through and all of the deep shadow work that we've been doing for so long. And I feel like this time right now is no different, right? We have challenges showing up for us. We have things showing up for us. But the message that I got really, really clearly is for us to let it transform us, for us to use this energy, whether it's challenging, whether it's stressful, whether it's amazing, to allow it to transform us. I saw the vision of somebody chiseling away at a sculpture, right? And I feel like that's so what we're doing right now is we are creating this best version of ourselves. We're creating this person that we are destined to be. But some of that is going to come through these challenges that are showing up for us. And some of it is helping us to really transform over the Scorpio season, to take the things that we now understand a little bit better with more clarity and let it transform us and let it shape us into this better version. And so we have a choice here, right? We can look at it and we can go, why me? Why is this happening to me? And certainly we've all been there. I go there too, right? Or we can take that and we can say, okay, so how is this serving me? What is this shaping within me? What is this doing for me? How is this assisting me with my transformation? And I think when we decide that we're going to see that differently, it really helps because it helps us to recognize the lesson. It helps us to recognize that even during the challenges, the universe, God, whatever you want to call that, is always showing up for us and always helping us even through that. And sometimes those challenges are very much built to help transform us. So I'm watching people, come out of these retrograde energies with more clarity, where I think we're connecting more with clarity. I think we're connecting more with the direction that we need to go in. And we might not be totally clear with that, but we're starting to recognize, hey, maybe that doesn't really serve me. Or, hey, I don't like the way that person, behaved towards me. And I'm not okay with that. And I need to set some more boundaries around that. Or, hey, maybe I am deserving of more here. And we start to open to different possibilities. And a lot of times, again, that's coming through these challenges that are showing up. So I want you to really explore this week how you're being transformed, how you're being shaped into a better version of yourself. And if you're paying attention, I promise you'll see the ways that that's happening. Even with the challenges that are showing up, it's pushing you in a direction of creating a better life for yourself or feeling better about yourself just simply through these experiences that we're having. So allow it to transform you. I think that's really, really important. Noticing what's showing up for you. I also feel like here in Scorpio season that flow is especially important, okay? It can be, it's a water sign, right? It can be a little all over the place. For me, sometimes I find it to be challenging because I'm a Taurus. I like to know what to expect. I like for things to kind of be, I just like to know what to expect. And I find with Scorpio season, I don't always know what to expect. I mean, that's life anyway, right? But when we are allowing ourselves to flow with this energy, because you are going to get maybe different things every day. It might look like it's going in one direction one day and go in a different direction another day. And so this is all about trusting in our higher power to guide our path. And if we let ourselves flow with where we are being guided, we're going to get there so much more quickly, and we're going to get there so much more easily, and without having to fight it. I was saying to somebody today, a lot of times when we relinquish control, it's because we've really been basically beaten into submission. Do you know what I mean? Through challenges, and we're trying to control it, and we're trying to control it. And finally, we get to the point where we're so exhausted that we finally surrender it. And it's in flow and surrender that the real magic can happen and that God can show up for us. And so if we can choose to flow with it sooner, the magic can show up for us sooner. So really think about that. Let that be sort of an energy or a mantra that you want to hold throughout this month, but especially this week. I'm going to just choose to flow with wherever I'm being brought, and I'm going to trust that it's carrying me wherever it is that I need to go. And if you kind of allow that and don't fight that, it's going to really help guide you. And so pay attention to the intuition that's coming through. It's a very intuitive sign. Pay attention to that. Notice what you feel intuitively guided to do. Notice what you feel intuitively is happening behind the scenes. Just allow it all to flow and unnaturally unfold. This is our transformation. This is a death and rebirth. I talked last week about us having these tower moments, and I do feel like we're still a bit in that energy where there are endings, and we are taking a look at certain things in our life and we're saying, you know what? This doesn't align anymore. There's been so much of that this year, right? This doesn't align for me anymore. This doesn't connect for me anymore. And so we're going to be guided as to, okay, so if it doesn't align, what's next? What do I need to do next? Do I need to disconnect from this energy? Do I need to end this? Do I need to make a change? And if you are asking those questions, you're going to be shown how to transform yourself, your life, whatever that looks like. So put those questions out there to the universe, to God, in your prayers, however you do that, and see what answers come. But this transformation is happening, I promise you, for us, not to us. We just have to allow it and allow the changes that want to come in to come and let ourselves flow with it. Now let's, before I go into the cards, I do want to mention, I forgot to mention this at the beginning, for those of you who are here, for those of you ladies who are here locally, I do have that group coming up again with Heather Mayo on Thursday. So it was so incredible last time. The women who showed up were absolutely incredible. We had the best conversations, and this is going to be focusing on letting go, which for me is huge here in this energy that we have right now, right? We have to let go of some things. We have to hand it up and release it. So that is going to be the focus of what we're going to be talking about, is how do we let things go? How do we release them? And so if you're local, if you feel called to do that, we would love to have you join us. I'll try to remember to put that link below, but I also have the video where Heather and I talk more in detail about this pinned to the top of my Facebook, again, for those of you who are local. So make sure you check that out if you feel called to, and get yourself registered. So let's dive into the cards, because these are really important, I feel like, this week. Okay, so the first things, these two came out together. So we have the Seven of Wands and we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so this is about just us being tired of certain things that are showing up. This is about, like, the Seven of Wands for me is like, what bullshit that is showing up for you are you tired of? You know, whether it's drama, whether it's your own bullshit, right? The things that we tell ourselves that maybe you're like, you know what, maybe that doesn't work for me anymore. The things that the ways that we're telling ourselves that we're stuck. And when we take a step back, we recognize we're not really as stuck as we think we are, right? Or conflict, drama, that kind of stuff. There is something connected with that we are walking away from. You know, there's been a huge focus around relationships the past couple of months. So for some of us, like, that may be connected with relationships, connections, or just, again, things that no longer serve us. And so with this Eight of Cups, it's a walking away. I understand that I deserve better. I want something in my life or someone in my life that is going to bring more meaning, that is going to bring more to the table, that is going to show up in an equal and balanced way for me. Whatever that is for you, but it's like a leaving behind what doesn't serve you and trusting that whatever it does serve you, whatever is going to be coming in for you next, trusting that you're going to find that, trusting that that's coming in, and being willing to turn your back on some things to allow for that, to allow you to seek a more meaningful life, more meaningful relationships, more meaningful work, whatever this is for you. But this starts with just getting tired of certain things that are happening for us that we're just exhausted by, we're just done with, and we're ready to stop settling and to find something that is going to be more meaningful, more purposeful, or more in alignment with what it is that we're looking for. And then we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, so this is us coming out of all these retrogrades, and really feeling like we have more clarity, feeling like we have looked at certain things from different perspectives, and we have a better idea. We might not be totally clear, but we have a better idea of what we want and where we want to go, or what we need to do. And some of this, by the way, is like, I know what I need to do. I'm scared because I don't know what it is that's going to come in next, but I'm choosing to trust. I'm choosing to take steps in that direction anyway. And that's also what that Eight of Cups is about. The Devil card, what do we need to set ourselves free from? I see us really recognizing the ways that we're not free, the ways that we don't feel free, and what is going to bring into our lives more freedom, more peace. What do we feel chained to? What do we feel stuck with that doesn't really align for us, that doesn't really make us happy, that doesn't really serve us? There is something that we are setting ourselves free from. If you can see, and it's hard with these lights, but you can see like the chains around their neck. Sorry about the naked people. Maybe I'll just cover that up. Sorry. But like they have these chains around their neck, but you can very clearly see that the chains are loose, and that's on purpose in the way that they draw this, because it's all about, like, you think that you're stuck, you think that you're chained to something, but really you always have had, and now for sure you have the power to set yourself free. And it's a choice. And so whatever it is that you need to release yourself from, this can sometimes be addictions, codependency as well. So what is it that is just you're feeling really stuck to or really chained to in your life? Okay. And then we are choosing to create endings for ourselves with this Ten of Swords. Like, I just cannot be stabbed in the back anymore, right? I'm done. This is an ending. I'm done. We are ending certain things. We are walking away from certain things, or something will naturally come to an end, and understand that this is an ending that is supposed to happen. I talked last week a lot about, check that video out if you didn't watch it yet, about these tower moments connecting us to our freedom, happening for us. And I feel like very much that this is that energy too. This is a 10, right? 10s are about endings. And so it's like, I've come as far as I can possibly go with this. And this either has to restart in a totally new energy, in a fresh, better energy, or it's time for that to completely come to an end. Okay. Then we have the Temperance card. So there are also things that are worth staying connected to, that are worth working towards, that you know from the depths of your soul are right for you, are aligned for you, that you're hopeful about, that you're excited about, that you want to work in the direction of. And this is kind of an energy of keeping the faith, right? Temperance is all about knowing that things happen in divine timing, and you may have to have patience. You may have to hold the vision. That's what I keep hearing. Hold the vision. Okay. So for those things where the vision is worth it, keep holding the vision, because we're getting there. And we're being helped with the angel in this card, right? We're being helped, but it may take some time. But even that is, the timing of that is purposeful. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Okay, so we're done. Again, we're done with the bullshit. We're done with maybe the dishonesty. This can be a little bit about, this can be about dishonesty. This can be about the ways that we haven't been honest with ourselves. This can be even actions that we feel that we've taken that we don't feel good about, right? Sometimes we do stuff and we maybe don't even understand why we do it, but we recognize like, that doesn't make me feel good when I behave that way. That doesn't make me feel like I'm showing up as the best version of myself. So we're recognizing that we're done with being treated that way by other people, but we're also done behaving in a way that doesn't truly align for our soul, that doesn't make us feel good and right about the way that we're handling things. So I see us really challenging ourselves in some ways with that this week as well, but also calling other people on the ways that they have mistreated us, and having higher standards for that, expecting better things for ourselves, because each and every one of us deserve it. We just have to get to that place where we truly understand that and we're open to beginning to believe that. The last card we have here is the Page of Cups. Okay, so there are new opportunities coming in. A lot of times this is new opportunities in relation to connections, right? And usually I always see this as like the planting of the seed within connections. So it might be like kind of a new interaction that you're having with someone, or a relationship that's developing to a new level, that's just starting, just on the brink of a shift, of a transformation, and or just like connecting with people who are meant to be in our lives. This feels very relationship centered for me. So, and a lot of times it is, but I feel like we've done a lot of work on clearing out what doesn't work for us in regard to relationships, or hopefully we have. And I feel like this is like signs or actual evidence that something new can come in, something new and better can come in, whether that's in romantic relationships, whether that's a better energy within a relationship that you already have, right? Where you have raised your standards, you have raised your expectations, and someone is showing up in a new, fresh way, in a better way. Or this can even be in regard to friendships or family relationships, where there's a possibility for a new, fresh energy. And this comes from us having done a lot of work on ourselves in what we expect out of the relationships that we have in our life, and the unwillingness to settle for maybe what we have settled for in the past, or the unwillingness to behave in relationships in the way that we have behaved in the past, because we no longer align with that. We no longer like that. It doesn't make us feel good. It doesn't make us feel like we're being the best version of ourselves. So those are the messages for this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If these messages resonate with you, make sure you tag someone, that you share this, that you like it, that you heart it. I always love to hear from you guys in comments below, whether that's on my YouTube or on my Facebook. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys.